How we start our day often sets the tone for everything that follows. Imagine starting every morning with a divine boost of encouragement, wisdom, and peace. The Bible is full of verses that are perfect for morning inspiration. Today, we're sharing 21 powerful scriptures that will help you start your day right, filled with God's promises, strength, and guidance. Let these verses uplift your spirit and prepare your heart for whatever the day may bring. Let's begin. Verse 1, Psalm 118:24. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. This verse reminds us that every new day is a gift from God. No matter what challenges lie ahead, we're invited to approach the day with joy and gratitude. It's a reminder to focus on God's blessings and start the day with a heart full of praise. Verse 2, Lamentations 3:22-23. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. This verse explains why we can wake up with hope each day. God's mercy and love are renewed every morning, no matter our past mistakes. It's a reassurance that every sunrise brings a fresh start, grounded in His faithfulness. Verse 3, Matthew 6:33. But seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. This verse means that prioritizing God first thing in the morning sets the foundation for the rest of the day. When we seek His guidance and righteousness, He promises to provide for our needs. It's a call to begin every day by aligning our hearts with His will. Verse 4, Isaiah 40:31. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. This verse explains why turning to God first thing in the morning fills us with the strength we need to face the day's challenges. Trusting in Him helps us rise above life's difficulties, energized and uplifted like an eagle in flight. Verse 5, Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. This verse reminds us to let go of our own plans and trust in God's wisdom. Beginning the day with complete reliance on Him ensures that we're walking the right path, guided by His hand. Verse 6, Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. This verse means that no matter what challenges we anticipate in our day, Christ's strength empowers us to overcome them. Starting your day with this truth brings courage and confidence to face the world. Verse 7, Psalm 5:3. In the morning, Lord, you hear my voice. In the morning I lay my requests before you and wait expectantly. This verse encourages us to begin each day in prayer. Lifting our needs to God first thing in the morning not only strengthens our faith, but also fills us with hope and expectation for His answers throughout the day. Verse 8, Joshua 1:9. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. This verse means that we don't need to face the day with fear. God's constant presence is a source of courage and strength, reminding us that we're never alone. Verse 9, Psalm 16:8. I have set the Lord always before me. Because He is at my right hand, I will not be shaken. This verse explains why keeping God at the center of our mornings brings stability and peace. No matter what the day brings, we can stand firm because God is by our side. Verse 10, Romans 12:2. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will. This verse encourages us to renew our minds in the morning, focusing on God's Word instead of worldly distractions. By doing this, we can discern His will and live in alignment with His purpose for the day. Verse 11, Psalm 46:5, God is within her, she will not fall, God will help her at break of day. This verse assures us that with God's presence, we are unshakable. The phrase "at break of day" highlights His readiness to help us as soon as the day begins. Starting our mornings with this truth gives us strength and confidence that God will sustain us. Verse 12, John 14:27, Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you, not as the world gives do I give to you. Let not your hearts be troubled, neither let them be afraid. This verse reminds us that Jesus offers a peace unlike anything the world can give. It's a lasting peace that calms our hearts and dispels fear. Begin your day by embracing this divine peace, knowing that God is in control. Verse 13, Exodus 33:14, the Lord replied, My presence will go with you, and I will give you rest. This verse reveals God's promise to accompany us throughout the day. His presence is a constant source of comfort and rest, allowing us to face the day with ease and assurance that we're never alone. Verse 14, Colossians 3:23, Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters. This verse teaches us to dedicate our work and daily tasks to God. By starting the day with this mindset, we shift our focus from pleasing others to glorifying God in all that we do. Verse 15, Isaiah 26, verse 3, You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you. This verse explains the connection between trusting in God and experiencing perfect peace. When our thoughts are fixed on Him each morning, He calms our hearts and steadies our souls, preparing us to face the day. Verse 16, Proverbs 16:3, Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. This verse reminds us that when we entrust our day and decisions to God, He guides our steps. Starting each morning with prayerful surrender allows Him to shape our plans and lead us in the right direction. Verse 17, 2 Corinthians 12, verse 9, But He said to me, My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. This verse encourages us to rely on God's grace in every situation. No matter how weak or unprepared we feel in the morning, His strength will carry us through the challenges ahead. Verse 18, Ephesians 6:11, Put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. This verse teaches us the importance of spiritual preparation. Each morning, we're reminded to equip ourselves with God's truth, righteousness, and faith to withstand the trials of the day. Verse 19, Jeremiah 29:11, For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. This verse assures us that God has a plan for our lives. Waking up with this truth in our hearts inspires hope and trust, reminding us that His plans are always for our good. Verse 20, Hebrews 4:16, Let us then approach God's throne of grace with confidence, so that we may receive mercy and find grace to help us in our time of need. This verse invites us to start the day with prayer, boldly approaching God's throne to seek His mercy and guidance. His grace equips us to navigate the day with strength and confidence. Verse 21, Matthew 11:28, Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. This verse means that no matter how overwhelming life feels, Jesus offers rest for our souls. Starting the day by laying our burdens at His feet fills us with peace and refreshment. When you start your day with God's Word, you're inviting His peace, guidance, and love into every moment. Let these 21 scriptures inspire and strengthen you as you walk through the day. If any of these verses touched your heart, let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more uplifting content. May your mornings always be filled with God's presence.